Ash here, welcome back to another stream inside of the city. We're back again today building, getting some more things done. I've just noticed some more holes here, look. Just there, get them nicely filled.
How was I supposed to? I was on
There we go, get them nicely
the
filled up, so... And then we can go ahead and carry on deleting them. Hi. So there should be a part drive today. We'll have to see what goes down. We've got some good ideas, by the way. Some pretty cool ideas actually. I've certainly got my ideas. So you'll just have to you'll have to stay tuned in the episodes to find out what goes down in Chinatown, but you know, it's definitely, I want to, like, you know, keep making it better, do more, you know, different things in it. Again, I still made a video looking for people to join it, so if you do want to join, you can just comment in that video. I am looking for comments. I am also, you know, you can also comment in the live stream as well. I'm also going to be putting another post out to Facebook, so I have to do the roleplay series on Wednesday, on the Thursday, because I was out for my... You were out for your... Carry on. Oh, Nana birthday. Ah, fair dues. I don't think I'm going to be here again this weekend, but I might still be online. I'm planning to go and visit my mum, as I do on Saturday. You know, sometimes I like to go and see her. And I'm thinking this time I'm going to stop over. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking my PlayStation alternatively, because she's got the internet there. And it's quite a decent internet signal, so I won't need my LAN cable. I'll just need to take a couple of games, a controller, a headset, the PlayStation 4 itself, a HDMI cable. Alternatively, you know, my iPad, and then I should be pretty decent to go. Some overnight stuff, and we'll probably just have a little look down. But my alternative plan is to maybe go down to the Sugar Mill. Now the Sugar Mill is kind of like a pub slash nightclub there in Hull, and I'm kind of tempted to just go down at like 8 at night. Have a little sniff about of the place, just see what it's like, see what type of things they're doing. And just alternatively have a couple of drinks there, and then head back up a little bit later on, kip over, stay there quite a bit on Sunday, just come online for a little bit, and then my alternative plan is to get the train back late Sunday, come back home. Then the following weekend I'm going to be at Scarborough on the Sunday, because these people have built Scarborough in Minecraft, and they're like showing it in kind of like some presentation thing. You can go in and look round. And then I believe the weekend after that is maybe my clubbing weekend. Maybe not my clubbing weekend. Maybe the weekend after that is my clubbing weekend. My clubbing weekend is 3 weeks this Friday. So alternatively, if I stop away this week, I'm out next weekend, which is, you know, so I'm not really sure. It's probably like maybe the weekend after that. I'm not sure, to be fair. But then that comes around pretty close, and that's gonna be mental, by the way, guys, when I vlog that. When I vlog that, guys, it is going to be absolutely mental. This is the biggest remix they've ever done. They've added a ton of like more stage lighting, what they're going to be using on the night. They've obviously got Lasgo and Hixie going, and guys, this is going to be nothing like Too Funky. Okay, Too Funky isn't just you aren't just gonna be hearing some funky house beats going on. You're gonna be hearing like proper mental bass drops with disco lights going like left, right, and centre. You're probably gonna see me and the camera get pushed about when there's a full dance floor. There's gonna be people shouting, "Here we effing go." There's people going to be in the bathroom sniffing lines. There's people going to be getting absolutely mentally on it. Like this remix night, or prior to other remix nights, they're a lot more mental than what you think. They're really like, They're really like crazy. You get pushed about all over. The beats just drop, like one beat drop finishes and then it just straight into another song. And it's just absolutely, it just mentally goes wild. It'll start off with a bit of funky house beats, just a little bit, till like, you know, some people arrive here on the night. And then, like I say, it goes like, you know, it goes pretty mental. And then we have a couple of weeks to wait again. And then I have another do at Brid. And this other do in Brid is the Retro with Paul Taylor, which is my absolute all-time. I cannot wait for this event. Like, I don't want to skip the other event and go to it, but, you know, I don't want to skip the Hixie event because I still want to go to that. But I wish the Retro event was before the Hixie event, if that makes sense, because Retro is like one of my most favourite types of music. It's just like classic piano from the 90s and the 80s. It's like all the old school dance hits, kind of like, well, say for example when you like see them albums in the shop, like Ministry of Sound back to the 90s, it's kind of like got some of them songs featured in it, and then it's kind of like, it's just all the old proper old school retro stuff. And the main person what started it is called Paul Taylor, and my mum's like really good friends with him back in the day, like because he used to do an event up in Tall Trees, and he used to like more or less talk, and my mum could literally just get on the stage if she wanted to because she knew him. And then when he finished up his set, you know, when he'd finished playing his music for the night, he used to go back to my mum's hotel room with my dad and everybody and just basically carry on like a little after party with like more booze and that type of thing. And they always used to get a free signed CD from him. So basically what goes down is basically like, you know, I grew up to that type of music because they got CDs. The CDs were played in the car obviously, and you know, like my mum always said, when you're older, if you get the chance to go and see him, you want to get the chance to go and see him. The two goals my mum wants me to do when I'm older is to go and see Paul Taylor and go to Ibiza. That's two things she wants to do, wanted me to do the most, like to do with clubbing, and I'm already doing one of them, so hopefully I can go to Ibiza. That'd be amazing to vlog. Like the warm weather there, could you imagine it? Like, but Ibiza's mental. Apparently you party all night and then you go home for like, well, not home, but you know, back to where you're staying for like half an hour or something to freshen up. So maybe an hour, 2 hours at the most, and then you go back out and party on the beach all day and eat food, and then you party again on the night, which is just absolutely crazy if I'm honest with you. Like, it's just absolutely, like, can you imagine that? Like, just think of it though, like, my friend from school, Cameron, aka my Mr. Subscribe to you. Alright, sweet. But could you imagine, like, vlogging out there? Or somewhere like Miami, like, just where the weather's, like, you know, where the weather's, like, really nice and sunny, like, practically all the time. Mate, that would be sick. But yeah, so obviously once this retro event's finished, that's not going to be it for the clubbing year. Events are going to go on throughout. I want to try and go to some further away ones this year, hopefully. Like I want to like go to Leeds or something, I think, and just like go ahead and head to, you know, do like an event there. There's like a place called the O2 Academy. They sometimes do some like hardcore stuff there, you know, some music dudes. They also have rock bands going there as well. I'd like to go up there and stay in a nice hotel. You know, there's a few things I want to do. There is one thing I do really want to do, and that is to go on a boat weekender. If you don't know what a boat weekender is, it's kind of a bit like a cruise ship, but they have like They basically have clubbing on it, basically. And what they do is they do like special events where this ship will sail somewhere, and then they have like a main attraction for that weekend. Like they have a main style of music. So for example, like if it was hardcore music, basically like one night when you're sailing somewhere, you'd have like one hardcore DJ playing on the boat, and then you'd basically go to bed, sleep on the boat. Then you'd get off the next day. Then you would go ahead and you would basically like look round wherever it took you. So for example, like the Amsterdam boat weekend, you'd obviously look round Amsterdam, and you'd visit some attractions there. And then you'd go back on the boat again towards late night, and then it would start sailing somewhere else, and then there'd be another DJ playing on the night. So you'd go ahead and, listen to another DJ doing hardcore music or whatever on that night, and then you would more than likely explore somewhere else the next day, and then the next night you'd probably more than likely head back home or something. I'm not entirely sure how many days you get, but, I've always wanted to do one of them because I think it'd be quite cool to like club while you're sailing. I don't know why, especially if it was like a rough sea. Imagine it. Like imagine like a rough sea, and it's going over like waves in a high gauge, storm or whatever, and then there's just hardcore DJ bouncing the tunes. But yeah, I think it'd be sick. I think it'd be sick, mate, to do something like that. It would be interesting, and it would get you somewhere different. But, but you always see these dudes, and they're always, like, right down in London, right up north. So I look out for the ones what come to, like, Leeds and stuff like that, Sheffield. Because they're, like, usually, they usually do decent events, you just don't see them as often. Like, but sometimes you see these like huge events though, where there's like DJs, there's MCs, there's like loads of different people there. People like stage entertainment, like ladies dancing with fire sticks and stuff like that. Like you see them like all the time, and then basically what happens is they're always like right down south or right up north. Or like right across, like for example in like Southport and Port, all these different places, Plymouth, and you know what I mean, Cambridge, London, outside of London, right, sort of right along the coast, but right down south. They're never like they always seem to be right down that area for some reason. They should do them closer, I think, sometimes. So, that's the thing. But, that retro event, it seems really weird, guys. Because I've been following Paul Taylor on Facebook for quite a while. And I've seen like him doing loads of events, and they were like down south. So, I know my mum said he used to come to Hull. So I thought I'll just ask him, out of curiosity. I'll just comment on one of his things and say, do you ever come up near Hull nowadays? Because obviously that's close to where I live. Wouldn't be too far for me to go. And then he liked the comment, but he didn't reply, which was kind of as if he knew he was coming close, but he kind of didn't want to, I guess, I guess he was kind of keeping it a surprise from everybody until like the place at Brid announced he was coming himself. And then a couple of days later, I got the notification on Facebook that he's going to Brid. So it feels weird. It kind of feels like, I asked him, and then a couple of days later he is coming close. It was just like one of them cool duty things. So yeah, so I've been rearranging my bedroom about today, actually. Just moving some things about. Looks a lot nicer now. There's actually more room. I've actually made more room. because my room's really small. I've still got, it's still not totally done yet. I still need to buy a smaller TV. That's still something I need to do. But you know, getting there with it, getting the grind done for like a nice little setup and music setup. You see, whereas some people would try to create the ultimate gaming setup, I was actually more trying to create the ultimate music setup where I can like stand on my soundbar and speakers nicely. You know, it sounds harsh, but the PlayStation just went on a little wooden table for all I cared, and then all the speakers, like, they all got like my soundbar got laid nicely on top of me chest of drawers and nice diagonal. My amplifier and all of that got put on there. My stereo got moved across. So yeah, I feel a bit sorry for the PlayStation just pushing it out, but I have to get my speakers right first, or the room's not right if I don't get my speakers sorted. You know, so I'm actually going to be getting back into DJing a bit more again. I'm going to be creating I'm not going to be creating a SoundCloud because I have one, but I'm going to be changing it to DJ Noble from MC Noble, because I don't really post MCs on SoundCloud, so don't worry, I'm still going to be MCing, like, I haven't stopped MCing, like, that's something I'd never do, but I'm planning on creating a new Facebook page called DJ Noble, and I'm just planning to make some mixes and put it on there, and have that as like my DJing page, and then keep me MCing page just for me MCing. See what, you know, something like DJ Noble mix page or something like that, or just DJ Noble.
Just leave it there.
And then, you know, change my SoundCloud for it. Then I can put my mixes on SoundCloud. And just see how things go. I want to get back into DJing quite a bit. I used to be like really into it, if you guys didn't know. Like, I was planning to take it professional and everything, and then basically I got messed about by some people. Basically this woman said, well, not woman, but this teenage girl was having a party at her house, so I know, I've known her for quite a lot of years, and she basically said, you can come and do the DJing music at her house. And I got really excited because I thought I was, you know, oh, you know, sweet, I'm going to be doing this gig. So basically what went down is I had my DJing equipment, but I didn't have a laptop. I only had the software connected to a big PC tower. So I thought, well, I don't want to be carting my big PC tower to, you know, this woman's house, getting in the way of them partying. I'll just bring a little table, little pair of decks to do the music, and, you know, and me speakers and me actual, you know, DJ controller. So my nan was looking at buying a laptop for herself, you know, because she wanted to try and use one, but she couldn't really afford it. And she wasn't supposed to get it for quite a while. It was just looking into the future thing when she could afford it. So anyway, I told her about this thing, and she was like, well, all we can do is buy this laptop earlier, you know, and then you can you can have your DJing equipment on it just to take it to your gigs, and then, you know, I'll just learn to use it when you bring it back. So, you know, we struggled like hell to rake up this money to get this laptop earlier, you know. Pretty nice laptop at the time. Windows 7 was like the thing back then, you know, like the newest thing. The laptop was quite, you know, expensive. We tried to order it and pay more to get it here earlier, so I knew I had it in time for my gig. And then the woman goes and says, oh, she don't need me now, she's got somebody else. And basically, like, it kind of put me off the whole DJing thing, because I kind of thought that, you know, I want to take this serious, and if people are just messing me about, then what's the point? So I kind of stopped using my equipment quite a bit, and I kind of got a bit bored and just genuinely stopped doing it for so long. it just sort of like, you know, it kind of just put me off a bit, and I didn't feel as interested in using the equipment. And then I stopped making mixes as much, and then in the end my dad said, well, you may as well sell your equipment because you're not using it anymore. And now I kind of wish I had some of it back, because I believe like somewhere we still have my DJ controller, but I think it's in like one of his sheds at his house. But we basically sold like a smoke machine, we sold disco lights, we sold like these speakers, and trust me, these speakers were loud. Like people think that Ant speakers were loud, like the ones he has at the moment, but these ones I used to have were like proper, you know, like I got them all for Christmas, you see, and they didn't mess about like choosing a speaker system for me. They were like proper. I think they were like Skytech speakers, something like that. And when you put them to a certain volume, they would start to flash. So like they were proper DJing speakers. Like you couldn't have them on low because they wouldn't flash, or they wouldn't do any of the disco lights inside of them. So you had to have them loud. And then obviously they had like all DJ bass adjustments on them, so you could like adjust the bass, and it was they were absolutely sick. And we got them for quite a lot of money. We paid well over £100 for them. And I put them on the Driffield Stuff for Sale website on Facebook and flogged them for £30, and now I wish I had them back. Yeah.
I paid £3.5 for my speakers.
Yeah, we paid quite a lot for our speakers, and then I went and sold them for £30, being the idiot I was. Like, I don't know if the ones I got were exactly £3 but they were like over 1,000 watt speakers anyway, and they were quite, you know, they were quite dear.
1,000 what?
Yeah.
25,000.
Yeah, mine probably were at 25,000, but I'd say it'd be like going on for 5,000. So, you know, they were really loud, but like the bass on it was just sick. Like the bass sounded like your bass does. But I didn't really know like too much about speakers and music back then. Like, you know, like bass and different speakers. In my opinion, to me back then a speaker was a speaker, but, you know. Anyway, while we've rambled on, we've got most of this filled in.
Yeah, that's all out of the kitchen. At the kitchen!
But I am going to leave the live stream here now, guys, because I'm going to be watching the programme pretty soon. So like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you in the next stream. No